We so know how fortunate we are, and to be able to experience this and to do it together. So this has to be the perfect setting for us to talk to you guys about how it was that we got started in traveling, how it became about. We're currently sitting across from this amazing castle in front of us, and we were reminiscing ourselves about how long it's actually been. It's not the anniversary, but we've been doing this for over 6 years.
Yeah, 6.5 years.
So how did it all get started?
Well, really, it was, not to bore you too much, but I'll just quickly. When I was like 10 years old, I told my friends and that I was someday wanted to live without an address.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was a long time ago.
Yep.
I mean, like 10 years
10.
ago. So, yeah.
10, yeah.
It was a long time ago. So that was always in my thoughts then. That's something I loved. And when I was super young, I wanted to be a truck driver just so I could be on the road and
That makes me laugh.
and and be gone and away from home and see the countryside and all that. So anyway, really early. But did it include international travel? Zero.
Yeah.
Never thought of it.
Yeah. Well, when we got together, I had never traveled at all. Mackinac Island was the farthest away we got, and I was from Wisconsin, and we went to Michigan, and that was it for our travels as a family growing up, and it was never a big thing. And your parents always did trips, no matter where it was, whether it was camping or a cross-country trip across the United States, and so they always made it a point for you guys to travel too. But
yeah,
so you had this crazy idea ever since you were
very young. Always wanted it. So it's something. I mean, I love being. It's like some people. I love all different spots we go, but I love being around tourist areas for some reason.
Yeah.
Even though I don't like being jammed in all that. I also love the mountains and stuff, but there's something about that. So yeah, I had it very young, and then we. It was always in the plans that we would do it.
Always in the plans. I knew this when we got together, that at some point we would be selling the house, we would be getting rid of everything, and we would be hitting the road. And thinking it would maybe even just be the United States, because, we didn't really realize how affordable it is to travel internationally. And so...
Well, and I think we always kept our goals within sight of what is accomplishable, so meaning we didn't know international travel, and it didn't matter. I mean, we would be just as happy in a 1974 Dodge, van, truthfully, and traveling around and seeing different things and just being free. I mean, it does not have to be this or that or this or whatever. So.
But even when we had the house, we actually owned a cottage up in Door County. We also always had boats, and we had a big 32-foot boat, and we were always very adventurous and always on the move. Every weekend we were gone doing something, whether it be out on the boat exploring, we were at the cottage exploring. We always did international, I shouldn't say always did international, we always did other trips as well with the kids. We used to fly to places on breaks domestic, and things, and we did take them on a cruise once, and we did go to the Virgin Islands once with them.
Yeah, we did a lot of boating too.
Yeah.
On the Great Lakes with a bigger boats.
So we never sat still, no matter where we were, we never sat still. So it actually always has been in us, and not me so much, but he introduced that to me, and I love it.
Well,
I'm so thankful that you brought that to our relationship.
I think the thing is, you will do, you're open to just different ideas, and
I'll live in a paper bag.
Right, and as for me, I'm a dreamer. I'm a huge dreamer, but we work perfect because you love to follow along.
Yes.
And they might not be your dreams, but when you do them, then they are,
Yeah.
And like I said the other day, if something were to happen to me or whatever, you are now a traveler and full.
Yeah,
100%. And you hadn't traveled at all as a kid,
no,
or when we
learned
got together.
so much from you and us doing this together, and yeah, I agree.
And then so we had a successful business that allowed us then to go early, and so as soon as our youngest was off to college, even 6 months before, we sold the house and started traveling full time, and didn't know how much of it would be international. But now that's our love. But so is the van, and so is the Sea Dory, and so is, we're gonna get a Jeep when we get back. I'm always a dreamer, and one thing is
sometimes a problem.
I never live in the past at all, never. But I always live into the future, and so that's what drives me. That's my adrenaline, is thinking of the next adventure, the next thing.
Right.
And then before COVID hit, before COVID hit, we were wanting to do adventure travel. Yeah. And we still do, but we need COVID to drop a little bit.
Yeah. Well, we have adventure travel coming up in September again, and this trip here to Ireland and Scotland and Iceland, we've never been, and so this is a great segue into getting back to more adventure travel. The other thing about COVID that I noticed on this trip is it's really making me appreciate these places that we saw a lot of before and haven't seen for a long time, and I'm really enjoying that again.
Yeah, when we went to Edinburgh, Scotland, Edinburgh, when we got there, it was like wow. Oh my goodness, and we've been around a lot of that throughout Europe, so it was a refresh, and it was like,
I love that. I miss that about travel, is that excitement every time you see something new. That first, oh my God, look at that, look at that. That is the downside of traveling the way we do. You become accustomed to things, and then you don't realize what you're looking at or where you are, and it was fun to get that back again.
Well, and I always say or think when we're on a train or wherever, it's like, I wish these were all like purple trees or orange trees or, different. I mean, totally different. I wish the birds were different. I wish everything was different, because I love that. And it is different, the language is different, castles that we don't have, stuff like that. But for me, it's like, they don't have grass. They have something, it's just like, it'd be so fun to have every place just be, different. But
we so know how fortunate we are, and to be able to experience this and to do it together and instill that in our kids and share that with you guys. We have our health. Everything is good. Our kids are happy. Everybody has great jobs. There's nothing right now in our lives that would disrupt this. So that's how fortunate I feel. We're so appreciative of what we have, and we're sitting here and we're sharing with you, and we're talking to you in front of a frickin' castle.
Yeah. But that one was built in 1840s, so
it's not an old one. Only because it's been blown up several times.
Right.
So.
Well, I just reading the history of it, and it was blown up after some revolution or whatever. Well, the guy blowing it up, which was an expert, he ended up going with it. So.
Anyways, we gotta go. My battery is running out. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for sharing all these adventures with you, and we will see you on the next video.